Hey everyone, it's Anganel. I am here to provide a training on ageLOC LumiSpa Accent. So yesterday was the start of our preview for you, our leaders, with a couple of packages you can buy. This preview is before the full launch, so I want to help you leaders be prepared with the knowledge, the information you need to teach your teams so that you can more effectively hit the ground running when we do launch. So I am here in Provo, Utah at our campus. I've been finding all different places to do these lives so that you can see some of the beautiful views. I just had to share these gorgeous mountains behind me today. The Nu Skin building is right here to whatever direction that is. And our beautiful parking garage is actually beautiful. It's like this clear glass plated parking garage here on this side, and then the Rocky Mountains right here behind me. So anyways, beautiful view. Let's dive right into the training on ageLOC LumiSpa Accent. So first of all, let's talk about the actual device itself. And sorry if I'm squinting just a little because it's really bright in here. It's probably the brightest location I've filmed in yet, recorded it, done a Facebook Live. Okay, so the accent. Don't forget that all the same benefits with the device apply to LumiSpa Accent as well. You're still using the same device. So we now have 5 patents or patents pending on this device itself. Now, in addition to that, you're going to be blown away because I've been touting less than half the number, but of all of our ageLOC products combined, all ageLOC technology put together, we have 38 patents or patent pending. So this is huge. This is one of the differentiators that you want to talk about when you feature the spa. 5 patents or patent pending on the device, 38 on the ageLOC technology that is incorporated into any ageLOC product. That is huge that other companies aren't able to compete with. So one differentiator there. Also, since we're talking about science and patents and that aspect of differentiation, remember with the device, when you're using this attachment for the cleansing on here, you have the micro oscillation where these 2 circles, the different colors, are turning in different directions. That's our micro oscillation technology. With the LumiSpa, it's accent, it's slightly different. So with this tip that you see on there, it is turning in one direction. But our clinical studies are still showing the same activation of the skin that we want to see. So let me explain that a little bit more so it makes sense. With micro-oscillation technology, a little bit too much is happening right here in the very, very delicate area of the eyes. And so because that eye area is some of the thinnest on the body and the most delicate on the body, I'm like crying. I'm tearing up over this. No, it's just so bright, it's making me tear up. Because this skin is so delicate, our clinical studies, when we were looking at the micro-oscillation technology, we realized that we needed to be a little bit more gentle in this area. And so we're turning in one direction. Also, something else to really note is this tip right here. Oh, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. So we're moving in one direction, but we're still, through our clinical studies, we can still show that we're using the precise frequency needed to get those benefits, that activation of the skin, to help promote that volume and density that we want to see so we can see the improvement in the eye area. So, and then of course with clinical studies, not only do we have all the patents, but we then pile on all the clinical studies that we also do, and the clinical studies that are showing with just one treatment for 30 seconds on one eye, you're already seeing visible results. That's exciting because that means we can have a lot of fun doing demos and getting people excited about the results that they're going to see. And just last week, we had investors fly into the corporate offices, and I actually was able to do a demo on I got to talk to them about this accent, and I got to do a demo. And it was so exciting. A gentleman actually volunteered to let me do a demo on him, and it was so exciting. After just 30 seconds, I actually might have done 60 seconds on him. But after just that one treatment, you could already see, everyone could visibly see which eye was looking a little more lifted and a little brighter. So that is the first differentiator that you don't want to forget about the device. Also, don't forget two other things about the device. The other one is how gentle the device is, because this applies to accent as well. So remember the demo with the pan of Jello and the competitor devices, when you lift it off, the little globs of Jello are coming off and the surface is all torn up. But when you use this device on the Jello, the entire pan of Jello is moving. Yet when you lift the device off, the surface is still smooth and unmarred. You still have that gentleness with accent with this head attached to the device. Also, this was the point that I almost jumped ahead earlier. Notice this tip, the new accent tip. I gotta make sure you can see it. There you go. This new tip is the softest silicone available, ensuring that it truly is gentle in this eye area. Yet, when combined with this product, we're showing that it's getting the traction, that it's getting the touch to the skin, that is the sweet zone that helps to promote the benefits we want to see, where we're exciting the skin. Okay, and then the third thing, don't forget the device. That one of the things that really sets us apart is how hygienic it is. When you do the demo with glow-in-the-dark makeup, and then you rinse the devices off in water, and you put our device and a competitor device in a black light, our device is not glowing in the dark, showing how hygienic it is, how quickly and easily it rinses, versus competitor devices that have the denser, more porous, packed in bristles that just do not rinse and don't have that hygienic quality that the LumiSpa device is. As well, it's important to note that just like the normal treatment head for the cleanser, this treatment head for Accent Idealize also has the same antimicrobial benefits. The silver that is embedded in to give us those antimicrobial protection and benefits, again with emphasizing the hygienic aspect. So those three things, the science, the hygienic, and how gentle it is. Those are three things that really set this apart from anything else out there, whether using the cleanser or whether using the treatment with Idealize. Okay, so we've set up the device. Let's move, oh wait, one more thing before I move on to the product. This treatment head, just like the cleanser treatment head, needs to be replaced every 3 months. Now I have a lot of people externally and internally, everyone's like, come on Anganel, do I really have to replace it every 3 months? Here's the honest answer. No, it's not gonna like magically disintegrate and like explode or something like that after 3 months. But in our clinical studies, in our testing, we do see that the most effective tension or touch point with the skin starts to be lost after 3 months. And so if you want to get the benefits that we're bragging about, if you want to see the results that you see after just one treatment, then yeah, you need to, every 3 months, replace that just to make sure you're getting the maximum, the bang for your buck. So now let's move into talking about Idealize itself. So this is the product that you pair when you put the accent head on and you use them together. These are used after cleansing. So after you've cleansed, after you've toned, then this becomes a treatment step. So Idealize is going to give you, let's start with benefits because that's what everyone cares about the most. Benefits, immediate benefits, there's 3. Immediate benefits are hydration, some firming benefits, and brightening. So hydration, firming, and brightening. Those are the things you immediately see after just 30 seconds on treating one eye. Now the long-term benefits are equally exciting because the long-term benefits after you've been using this 30 to 90 days, you really start to see a difference with dark circles, with the puffiness, with the under eye bag look that can happen, and with improving the volume and the appearance of the volume and the density of your skin. Young skin is very thick, voluminous, dense skin. It's not so transparent. It's not so see-through where you see the dark circles or the blemishes, or and it's less prone to the inflammation in the bags that can happen in that area. So you always want to be promoting that volume and that density. And that's specifically what is happening with the tension between this surface and this product. I'm gonna jump ahead to the very end. I had some FAQs at the end, but I'm gonna forget if I don't tell you right now because I'm on the topic. So one of the questions I often get is, well, does it have to be this? Could I use Intensive Eye Complex or some other moisturizer instead with this in the eye area? The answer is no, because this has to have the right viscosity. Viscosity means the thickness or the thinness of the product that's being used with the device. If the product is too thick, then this tip won't get traction on the skin. It will just glide right over the top of the skin and almost not touch the skin at all. If this is too thin, it will grab the skin too much and not be gentle. It'll tug too much, which could aggravate the skin or even accelerate signs of aging. And so it's important, our clinical studies have shown that you have to have the right viscosity, the right thickness or thinness, so that this device is touching and activating the skin at just the right frequency to give us this improvement in the appearance of the volume and the density. So those are your immediate benefits and your long-term benefits when you're using this. Also, Idealize is a fragrance-free product, so it's going to be more gentle for those irritated skin types that can't handle fragrances. And then let's talk about how you use it and some of the key ingredients. We'll start with just a few of the key ingredients. I won't go into everything. There's moisturizing ingredients like squalane. There's an antioxidant blend that's going in to protect the skin. Of course, you've got your age-lock blend of technology that's targeting the sources of the problem. Maybe just two other additional ingredients that I would call out would be we've got tetrahexyldecyl ascorbate. Do not remember that name. That's as simply that's a form of vitamin C. Just remember, a form of vitamin C is in here. And vitamin C has been well known and documented in skincare use. It is, however, the form of vitamin C that we're using has been shown to be better at remaining stable and better at absorbing into the skin and being used by the skin, being useful to the skin. Vitamin C is helping with that, improving the appearance of the volume and density. There's some claims that we have to be careful we don't make because they're structure function claims. They're claims that are in the medical category, not the cosmetic category. But we can say that it is helping with, vitamin C helps improve the appearance of the volume and the density. Also, vitamin C has been well known for, in part because of some of its antioxidant properties, for helping to protect the skin, especially focusing on discoloration and the darkness that can happen in the under eye area. So we've got our form of vitamin C. Also, just see if I forgot to tell you anything about that. Oh, you know, one of the reasons why it's so effective in the skin is because it's a lipid soluble, and that just simply means it dissolves easier in the skin because it functions more like the skin normally functions itself. So there's that benefit as well. Okay, let's talk about one more, plankton extract. I was just doing a little bit of research about plankton extract before this Facebook Live, and I was blown away with how much is out there. This is a fun little ingredient. So plankton is a green plant that floats on the surface of the ocean. Now the ocean is a very saline environment, it's very salty, and as you know, salt can be harsh. However, plankton has the ability to thrive in that environment. Also, because it's floating on the surface of the water, it is constantly being exposed, or very often being exposed to very harsh UV light. And because of its phytochemicals and nutrients, it's got the ability to protect itself and survive. It's also, many forms of plankton survive off of photosynthesis, which is the process of green plants using the sun to create food or nutrients within the plant. And also a byproduct of that is the production of oxygen. And it's estimated that plankton possibly is producing 50 to 80% of the Earth's oxygen. So this plankton is, it also, all these random facts, it is a major food source for some of the largest animals in the ocean. Because it is so nutrient dense, it's packed with minerals and vitamins and fatty acids and amino acids and proteins, and the list goes on. These are all things that obviously you can see the tie into the skin. Let's just take, I think it was fatty acids, for example. So your fatty acids are building blocks for healthy cells. It's what your cells need to recover, to be healthy. It's the essential blocks to build with. And so this is loaded with that, which obviously is going to help the skin recover from damage, but also improve the quality of the healthy quality of where it's at, because it's got those essential blocks to build better and to have more beautiful looking skin. You also have natural antioxidants that are in there in the plankton, protecting the plankton, but also as a result giving that same protection to the skin. So a lot of fun ingredients that are all working together with the ageLOC technology, which again we sometimes skip that because we talk about it so much, but that is the technology where we're identifying at our gene, at the level of your genes that are not acting like they were when they were younger, and helping to reset the expression of those genes to reflect more like when they were younger, so that you can have more beautiful, healthy, younger looking skin. And so all of that technology is going in here, combined with the patents of the device, to give you, no wonder, those results, not only after one treatment, but especially after treating for 30 to 90 days. So it's so bright in here that I couldn't really see your comments and questions coming in. So right after we get done, I'm gonna go in and see if there's any that I didn't answer and go back and answer those. But also let me just see if there's any that I jotted down that I wanted to answer for you. Oh, I have a lot of people ask me, can I use this daily? The answer is yes. You can use it daily. Not only daily, you can use it morning and night. So this is gentle enough, and it actually should be used morning and night to get the long-term benefits that we're talking about. So yes, on morning and night. Also, sometimes I get the question, can I use this plus True Face Line Corrector and Galvanic? Okay, that actually triggers another question that I need to answer before that question. What's the difference between Idealize and True Face Line Corrector? First question. True Face Line Corrector is going to be focused more on fine lines and wrinkles. You'll see some of that improvement here, but that's going to be, it's using the galvanic currents to activate the skin, to really focus on, hyper focus on lines, wrinkles, and lifting. This is going to be, while you're seeing some of that happening, this is going to be more hyper focused on dark circles, puffiness, the under eye bags and circles in that area. So that's the difference between those two products. And because they're really targeting different things that we want the benefits of both, yes, you can use them both daily. However, if somebody has sensitive skin, you may want to go every other day with the galvanic. So it just depends on the sensitivity of somebody's skin. Okay, any other questions? Daily use, we got that. Oh, sometimes I get the question, what's the difference between Idealize and Intensive Eye Complex? Idealize is a treatment. Treatments target problems. Intensive Eye Complex is a moisturizer. Oh, Anna Lee, thank you. She asked, how do you use it? What's the motion? Okay, I'll answer that. And she said, stay in one spot or keep moving. So let me just jot this down, how to use the motion. And that reminded me of another question, where to use. I often get that. Can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, Idealize and Intensive Eye Complex. Intensive Eye Complex is the moisturizer. Idealize is the treatment product for dark circles and puffiness. So if you have really dry skin and you're prone to dryness in the eye area, it is going to be like a magnifying glass for lines and wrinkles. So it's important to hydrate to keep the skin plumped up and looking younger. That's what you use Intensive Eye Complex for. This is your treatment product for the dark circles, the puffiness, the bags that can happen. So two different products there. Okay, let's start with where to use this. So when you're cleansing, you cleanse over the whole face. You can even go around the eye area. I don't like going over the eyelashes or on the lid, just because it's easier to get cleanser in your product. Excuse me. Also, remember, it's really, really delicate right here. So when you're using the cleanser with the device with this attached, you stick where you can feel bone. So you can see right here on the upper cheekbone, this is great for the cleanser. After you cleanse and you want to treat with Idealize, you can actually get closer to the eye in a little bit softer area. Just don't get so close. You're going to risk actually getting it into the eye. Even an eyelash in your eye is going to be irritating, so we want to avoid that. Also, you can use it up around the crow's feet area and underneath the brow. We get a lot of sagging up here that can happen with the lid, the upper lid area. And the only area you want to stay away from with Accent and Idealize is the actual eyelid itself, when you're actually right on the eye. You just want to be very sensitive and gentle in that area. So that's why we avoid that. But all around the eye where my finger is going and up here underneath the eyebrow is all perfect and appropriate for the device and the product. Now let's go back to Annalie's question about what motion to use. So you can use gentle circular motions, which is probably what I would use on a daily basis. However, when I am doing, does it help with droopy lids? Does it help raise them? Yes, you do help to see some lifting and some firming. So gentle circular motions, just fine, perfect. When I'm doing a demo, I revert back to the motions that I use with the Galvanic Spa, which are those nice, slow, upward, outward motions and pausing in really trouble areas and lifting just a little bit. So at just the speed you see me going right now, I come around and just give it time to work on the skin and do what it's supposed to. And then I like to come right here in the crow's feet area and just lift just a little. You can see me not tugging too hard, but just lift. And I count about 1001, 1002, maybe even 1003. And then continue up underneath this eyelid, lifting. And I get right here to the apex, to the peak of this eyebrow and lift again for 2 to 3 seconds. And then I gently glide back around and do it again, nice and slow. Repeating those Galvanic Spa movements with that upward and outward and pausing and lifting, so you get more of a dramatic before and after experience. And then critical, it's really important when you're done, you don't remove the product. Rub it into the skin and massage it in that same motion just lifting. And when I get to the eyebrow, I like to just continue with a lift, and then I move on up. And I come under, lift, and move on up. And lift and move on up until I've worked the whole eyebrow area, just lifting and reaffirming those motions that you did with the device itself. And if you follow those motions, you'll see the majority of the time a really nice result. Is it going to look like Halloween or something scary? No, of course not. But enough of a result that it's visible and you can tell. So that's very, very fun. And of course, some people's skin is more of a skin reactor, if you will. Some people will get even more dramatic results than others. But following those motions, you'll see some really nice results in your before and afters. And a little bit later this week, in a couple days, I'm going to do another Facebook Live and actually do a demo on a female and on a male, so you can watch this demo. So just stay tuned for that for about another day or two. Okay. And that was it. That was all of the questions. Again, if I missed any of yours, don't worry. I'm going back to my desk right now and I will answer those. Thank you for joining me today. If you have your own before and afters, please share those with us so we can celebrate your success and we can all build off of each other's excitement and supporting each other with the results that you're getting with this device. Have fun seeing the results, and have fun changing lives, showing those results with, sharing those results with other people. Thanks everyone, talk to you soon.